Today's episode is brought to you by Musical Theater Radio's merch store. Looking for that perfect gift for someone or just want to treat yourself to some great musical theater themed merch? Head to musicaltheaterradio.com and click on the All Things Theater button on the homepage and check out all the different designs available. And now, today's interview. Welcome back to another episode of Be Our Guest here on Musical Theater Radio. I am your host, as always, Jean-Paul Yovanov. Today is another Discover a New Musical edition where you, the listener, and me, the host, get to learn about a new show together. Today, we're going to discover the musical A Girl in Persia. To tell us all about the show is its creator, Benjamin. Benjamin, how are you today?
Hey, Jean-Paul, I'm good. Thank you for having me here. I'm excited to talk about the show because uh, I've actually haven't been talking as much as I have been composing and working on the production. So it's pretty exciting to be interviewed.
Fantastic. You know what? It's more important to work on it before you talk about it. So I understand what you mean. So before we get to talk about the show, I always want to get to know my guest a little bit better. So I always ask for a 30-second bio. So who are you in 30 seconds?
Oh, I'm just a boy who fell in love with musical theater in his teenage years, and also somehow fell in love with film music as well. And so, um, you know, after many years in the doing a lot of things digitally, more or less, I decided to let go of that and focus on composing musical theater, combining the two passions.
Very nice. Awesome. So let's dive right in and talk about the show. So tell us the plot of the show and why was the reason that you wrote it in the first place?
Sure, of course. Well, the plot, um, well, spoilers, right? Uh, the show is set in ancient Persia, and um, it follows this king uh, King Xerxes, uh, and he was throwing a big party because it was his 3-year anniversary of his reign or something like that. And then uh, at the final days of his feast, he wanted to show off his queen,
Mhm.
and the queen refused to turn up. So he was advised by his wise men um, to banish the queen. So after that, he had to go look for a new queen, and that's where um, a lot of girls, virgins, were, and at that time, in ancient Persia, were called to the palace, and that's when we follow the story of this girl. Okay, this girl who is like an ordinary girl called Esther. Okay, so she is uh, one of the minority in Persia at that time. She was a Jew,
Mhm.
you know, but she had to keep hush hush about that, you know. So yeah, that's the premise. That's the premise, and then she and like 1,000 at least, I guess, other virgins were considered to be um were in like a kind of sort of like a beauty pageant of
Okay.
sorts to uh to see who is to be crowned. So the process took, I would say a few years at least to find the queen. Yeah, so this is the premise. I'm not sure if you want to me to go through the whole plot or it's up to you.
Well, that gives us an idea of what the show's about. I'd be curious, what made you want to write it in the first place?
Sure. Well, the story is actually from the Bible, okay? And um, while picking a story on what to write, um, I would say I wanted something uh, historical and has like cultural meaning, like a strong one, and uh, that people know about, uh, and so I thought to my like my teen years and childhood, and I remembered, oh yeah, the DreamWorks musicals, Joseph, uh, King of Dreams, and uh, the Prince of Egypt, of
Mm.
which it was the prequel, right? So, it is like the music, the style is so like cinematic. It was something uh that I was the style is something that of which I'm passionate about. You know, a similar style, a musical of a similar style is Les Miserables, which which actually Les Miserables was what uh, got me really into musical theater. Although I had watched those DreamWorks films before. Yeah, but Les Miserables was the one, like which I don't know, it got me obsessed when the film came out. I watched it 3 times in the cinema
Mhm.
by myself at like 14, I think. So and I was crazy, right? I was the only like where I'm from, nobody does that, right? So um yeah, so I really love that style, and I think that it's something that it's something unique that I can bring and that I bring to the musical theater world that we could see more of. It's the not only the cinematic and sung through style, like, and also I think it is fits well for its historical and cultural weight. Um, but also I'm also trying to integrate as many cultural nuances or nuances and even musical nuances
Yeah.
and styles and instruments. By that, it of course involves instruments, so it sounds like it's from ancient Persia, just like how DreamWorks managed to integrate, do a fusion of like the modern film scoring with like Egyptian sounding instruments. You
Nice.
know,
I'd
yes.
love to talk a little bit about your writing style and your influences for writing. When you're writing songs, do you do music first or lyrics, or is it just depends on the song? And I'd love to learn more about if because we were talking off before we got on to the interview that you're in Brazil. Does that have any influences on you for your writing and where you reside, where you live?
Uh, well, not not exactly because I mean, I'm here because I'm married here now,
Hmm.
so so I had to move from uh, where I was, which you know, um, but I I'm also when I arrived in Brazil, it was cool to see that they have a musical theater.
Oh.
What do you call that? Uh, a crowd, you know.
Community?
Yes, a
Nice.
community, and even Steven Schwartz comes here like every 2 years or at
Really?
least to
Oh,
see. Like I think he recently came to see the production of Mean Girls or
oh,
Meninas Malvadas. Yeah,
wow.
and he was here for Wicked too last year or the year before that, and and Wicked is has just been reopened,
Mhm.
so to say,
Yeah.
here. So it's cool, you know. Yeah, but I haven't been able to explore a lot of the Brazilian musical scene as of yet, but I
Okay.
would love to.
But and again, for your writing style, how does it work for you? Do you write music first, lyrics first? Tell us a little bit about that.
Hmm. Okay, so for this A Girl in Persia, I uh, like right at the beginning, um I kind of laid out the whole story first and kind of try to get like the big picture view of it.
Yeah.
And I guess I tried to rhyme some stuff, so I wrote some lyrics that most of which I didn't end up using.
Yep.
I think that was also when I started to learn about my writing style
Okay.
too. Yeah, because I this is my first musical actually. So
Congratulations.
I yeah, it's been 5 years still. Uh, so but still it's a work in progress. But I am working on becoming better at finishing it, you know. So yeah, it is a bit of a challenge because it's so big. It's such a big musical that I'm even like tempted to go and write some small ones that can be finished faster. But I will keep on going with this one as well. So yeah, I wrote a lot of like draft lyrics that I know are drafts, and then after that I got some melodies that I had composed before that because I was actually a composer already,
Mhm.
like as a hobby. So I have some uh, works in my head and sometimes on the computer in the DAW. And so it was like a mix and match, you know. Oh, this melody suits this one, and if it doesn't suit, I have to create a new melody and stuff like that. So in the end, the to answer your question, I started off like that, but I think in the end, I think the music takes 60% of the lead and the lyrics take 40%. Sometimes the lyrics come first, but then always the music takes over and the lyrics will fall in line with the music, or sort of it's like a tango dance
Yeah.
between the music and the lyrics, but the music has a little bit of an upper hand. So I would say
Yeah.
60% of the drive of the lead, you know?
Well, congratulations on writing the show because it's not an easy thing to do. And, I've been at one of my shows for 10 years. So you got lots of time to keep
Oh,
working
okay.
on stuff. So,
I'm so relieved.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I talk to people all the time. And I've it's funny because sometimes you hear people write a show and it only takes them a year and that they're on and then I've talked to people who take 15 years because they work on it and then they put it away and then they come back to it and they put it away. And so you are in good shape. You are in the normal area of writing.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
my wife is afraid that when I'm 30 or 31, or was it 32, I would be like Jonathan Larson would be like, oh my goodness, I'm getting old. It's my birthday. Oh my gosh.
If you can have the career of Jonathan Larson in his shows, that's pretty good. So I would love to know, with the songs that you've got, was there one that was easy to write that just came and it was so easy? And then was there another song that was just really hard that you took a long time and you're still working on or anything like that? I'd love to hear your experiences of, some of the easy stuff and some of the more difficult stuff for yourself. It's nice for other writers to hear, what works for some people and what doesn't.
Right. Okay. That is quest that is a question I have never thought about. So good one, really good one. Um, I would say, okay, I think I can think of the one of the hardest
Mhm.
now. Uh, it would maybe be one of the songs in which the during which the 1,000 plus virgins get prepared for, their beauty, or go when they go through their beautifying process. So somehow I had to rhyme everything, every half a line, internal rhymes. So a bit OCD with the rhymes there, which like if it didn't work, I think I would give up eventually and try another rhyme scheme, or just take out the rhyme.
Yeah.
Internal rhymes, I'll just keep the easy rhymes at the end. But somehow I like I like to work like 4 hours on it, and then all I finished was like 4 lines.
Yeah.
But I somehow find it rewarding because it's a nice reward when you get the words and it fits
Yeah.
like in meter and rhyme. Somehow the meter and rhyme are important to me. Like I think there are some other writers or styles that they don't care so much about it, and that's fine. But for
Mhm.
me, somehow I like to have quite a decent amount of rhyme and meter. So that song was quite hard because I had to deal with like ancient items which I didn't know about. So I had to deal with research. Oh, how did ancient Persians beautify? Then I have to try to guess try to pick out the right information and from my research, and then find the rhymes for those objects. So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Was
then
there a song that
you
was easy?
yeah, and then an easy one, right? So let's see. Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure if this is considered easy, but for the love song between uh, the principal characters. Um, yeah, somehow I wrote that while waiting for my lunch or dinner. So not over one
Hmm.
waiting for one meal, but over the waiting of several meals over several days. Like I had this melody for it.
Yeah.
I had this melody for the chorus, and I don't know till this day how I got it. I don't know whether I hope I didn't hear it from somewhere, okay? Like I tried to use some software to sometimes I worry if I like accidentally plagiarize something, so I try and use like some apps. I hum my melody saying, okay, I didn't copy
Okay.
anything. That is from me. Then and I used, and then my friend Teresa, who was actually a co artist of my own, not my only, but my most popular Spotify release, Fast for Me.
Hmm.
So Teresa also helped me with some melodies. She just sang on it, and then I said, "Hey, I finish the song with your melody." And then she said, "Oh, I cannot even remember." Like that was a few. I just sang something la 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 for 1 year ago, and I cannot even remember. But wow, okay. So she helped me with a bit of it, and so I already had those melodies, and somehow during a few waiting periods of meals,
Hmm.
I wrote most of the lyrics, which I didn't even expect. And I'm like, and I didn't have my phone or notebook. Then I'm like, okay, I hope I'm gonna remember this when I get back to my uh, computer or notebook, that I will remember everything. And I did remember most of it. So yeah, that I would say that even though it wasn't easy, I had to think a bit while waiting. Uh, but it was like unexpected, to write a lot of it in your head and then memorize it and then write it down before you forget about it, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Benjamin, congratulations again on writing the show and getting it to where it is. And so the next question is, how do people hear more of the songs? They can hear it on the radio station, but where can they learn more about you? The social media or website and things like that.
Sure. Well, actually, coincidentally, I have just well, not to say launched, but it is up now finally, the website for it. So it is a girl in Persia.com, like nobody else. Yeah, I also picked the name because it's unique, like
Yeah.
nobody else. Uh, like I didn't find anything else with this name, so even the domain name was available.
Nice.
You see? Yeah, so I just registered a girl in Persia.com.
Cool.
Uh, but you can also, anyone can go to my Instagram profile, which is, uh, well, I haven't created one for, I think I will create one called, with the handle at a girl in Persia, just specifically for the musical, a dedicated one, where it only has a few posts
Mhm.
because the one that I have right now is more of the band's Instagram. It's at Bible the Musical. So I would say that's the band name, Bible the Musical. It even has its own website, BibleTheMusical.com. So yeah, so I would consider that as the band, and I guess I'm the only member, right? So it's like the only member band that uh, you see sometimes.
Yeah.
Um, not only member, but like the only lead member at the moment, but I'm not saying that it's gonna be like this forever. Hopefully, more people join.
Yeah.
I would be open and happy for that. Yeah, but if you go so at Bible the Musical is where I would plan to post work in progress and very messy. It's gonna be uh I'm not going to care so much what I post. It's going to be all like work in progress, everything. And it also is a good way to document the writing process,
Mhm.
which I think is quite cool to document. And at Girl in Purchase, where it would have uh, like the ready to more of the nice to listen and nice to watch, so you don't have to filter out all the work in progress to get to the final products.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody goes to check it out and see what you've been doing, and then go to at A Girl in Persia, the clean version, where everything is done and ready to go. So, thank you so much for coming on today and introducing myself and the listeners to you and your new show. And I look forward to seeing it when it's ready to go up. You'll have to let me know. As it comes along. So thank you again for coming on today.
Sure, no problem. Likewise, I also look forward to learning more about uh, the shows of others whom you're interviewing, and
Mhm.
also your very own show as well.
Well, thank you. That's great. All right. Well, yeah, again, thank you very much, and all the best with everything.
Thank you so much, John Paul. I really appreciate it.
No problem. All right, so we were just speaking with Benjamin, the creator of the musical A Girl in Persia. As he was saying, you can go to agirlinpersia.com. That's just up, so check that out. Also, the Instagram, and anytime there's new works, check them out. Make sure you support them, because today's new works are tomorrow's classics, and it might just be like Les Mis or Wicked or any of those other shows as well. All right, tune in next week as we speak with another guest or a guest about their life, love, and passion that is musical theater. I'm your host, as always, Jean Paul Yovanov, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.